Carnival season is upon us now, and in Germany at this time of year a traditional food is this. It's a donut with a sweet, fruity filling, and it's known as a Berliner. Now, as every student of German knows, in 1963, US President John F. Kennedy visited West Berlin and gave a rousing speech in which he proclaimed himself to be a jelly donut. And everybody laughed. The thing is, though, whenever you mention this to a German, the response is always, "What on earth gave you that idea?" Okay, so it was just a couple of years after the Berlin Wall had been built, leaving West Berlin increasingly isolated and demoralized. Kennedy traveled to the city in order to reassure the people there that America and the Western world as a whole hadn't forgotten them. He recalled the Latin phrase "Civis Romanus sum," I am a Roman citizen, and he wanted to say in German, I am a Berlin citizen. Unfortunately, according to the story, he got his grammar wrong. But did he? Here's what he said.
2,000 years ago, the proudest boast was "Civis Romanus sum." Today, in the world of freedom, the proudest boast is "Ich bin ein Berliner."
Now, did you notice anyone laughing? Students of German are regularly told that what he should have said was "Ich bin Berliner." But in fact, no, he shouldn't. "Ich bin Berliner" would have been perfectly correct if he had been making a statement about his place of birth or residence, but in fact, no, he wasn't. He was from Boston. Instead, he was talking about being an example of a larger group. He wasn't saying, "I am from Berlin." He was saying, "I represent Berliners." And in that sense, "Ich bin ein Berliner" is not only correct, but it is the only way to express what he was trying to say.
All free men, wherever they may live, are citizens of Berlin. And therefore, as a free man, I take pride in the word "Ich bin ein Berliner."
So, how did this myth take hold? Well, it all began in 1983 with the publication of a spy novel in which the protagonist claims that the day after the speech, German newspapers were full of cartoons of talking donuts. This character, though, doesn't always tell the truth. He's what's known in literature as an unreliable narrator. But that didn't stop the New York Times from repeating this story as fact, adding in the detail that the crowd laughed, and from there the story spread and was picked up by otherwise reputable news organizations all over the English-speaking world, and an urban legend was born. Incidentally, this thing is known by different names in different parts of Germany, so it could be Berliner, Krapfen, Kreppel, even Puffel. But in eastern parts of Germany, including Berlin itself, it's known as Pfannkuchen, which is confusing because elsewhere Pfannkuchen is the word for a pancake, so in those areas a pancake is called Eierkuchen. But no matter. The important thing is... Yeah, well, it's very nice. Most delicious video I've ever made.